The word Fulani is heard often. It is a name. This name refers to a group of people. They are spread across many lands in Africa. You find them in West Africa. You also find them in parts of Central Africa. Their presence is wide. The name Fulani is therefore widely known. Many books and maps use this name. It has become a common way to speak of these people. Outsiders often use this term without a second thought. It is a label that has stuck. However, the story of this name is not simple. The people called Fulani did not always call themselves this. In truth, Fulani is a name given to them by others. It is an exonym. This means it is an external name. It came from outside their own language. It came from outside their own culture. Understanding this is important. It helps us see them more clearly. It is the beginning of knowing their true story. We must look deeper than the common label. These people, known as Fulani, are not all the same. They are diverse. Some are nomads, herding cattle across vast distances. Their lives are tied to their animals. Others have settled in towns and cities. They have taken up different trades and professions. Their cultures have also adapted to different places, yet this single name, Fulani, is often used. It is used to group them all together. This can sometimes hide their rich variety. It can make them seem like one single block, so we must ask questions about this name. Where did the term Fulani truly come from? Who first used it to describe these people? And most importantly, who are the people behind this label? What do they call themselves? How do they see their own identity? This essay will explore these questions. It will try to unveil the origins of the word Fulani. It will also speak of the people it aims to describe. We will look at history. We will look at culture. The term Fulani has roots in other languages. It did not spring from the people themselves. It is widely believed that the Hausa people first used it. The Hausa are neighbors to many Fulani communities. They have lived alongside each other for centuries. In the Hausa language, the word Ba'afilate refers to a Fulani person. The plural is Fulani. This is thought to be a primary source of the term. It likely described them based on interactions. Perhaps it related to their appearance or lifestyle. Other groups also had their own names for them. The Manding peoples, for instance, called them Fula. This term is also common in some regions. You may hear it in places like Gambia or Sierra Leone. The Wolof people of Senegal called them Pool. This term Pule was then adopted by French colonizers. So in French-speaking West African countries, Pule is often used. Each neighboring group had a way to identify them. These names reflected local languages and perceptions. They were practical labels for everyday interaction. When European colonizers arrived in West Africa, they encountered these diverse names. They needed terms for their own records and administration. British colonizers, particularly in areas like northern Nigeria, adopted the Hausa term Fulani. This was because the Hausa were a dominant group in those regions. Their language and terms were influential. So, Fulani became the standard term in English colonial writing. It was used in reports, maps, and ethnographic studies. This helped to spread the name widely. It became fixed in academic and official language. Thus, the name Fulani became popularized through external forces. It was not a name chosen by the people it described. It was a label applied by neighbors and later by colonial powers. This is a common pattern in history. Many groups around the world are known by names given by outsiders. These external names often gain wide acceptance. They can overshadow the names people use for themselves. The term Fulani is a clear example of this process. It shows how names can travel and transform. So, if Fulani is an external name, what do these people call themselves? In their own language, which is called Pular or Fulfulde, they are the Fulba. The singular form is Pulo. This is their true name. This is the name that comes from within their own heritage. It carries their own meaning and sense of identity. When a Pulo speaks of his people, he says Fulba. This is the name that binds them together. It is the word that resonates with their shared history. It speaks of their ancestors and traditions. The Fulba are traditionally known as pastoralists. For centuries, their lives have revolved around cattle. They are skilled herders. They have moved with their herds across the Sahel and savanna regions. They search for pasture and water for their animals. This nomadic lifestyle has shaped their culture deeply. It has influenced their values, their social structure, and their worldview. Cattle are not just wealth, they are a central part of Fulbe identity and pride. The well-being of the herd is a paramount. This has always been their way. Their migrations have spread them over a vast area. You can find Fulbe communities from Senegal in the west to Sudan in the east. They live in many countries. These include Guinea, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Cameroon, and Chad. Because they are so widespread, there are regional variations. Different groups of Fulbe have adapted to local conditions. They have interacted with many other cultures. This has led to some differences in customs and dialects, but they share a common linguistic and cultural core. This core is known as Pulaaku. Pulaaku is the Fulbe code of conduct. It is a set of values and traditions. It guides how a Pulo should behave. It includes qualities like patience, wisdom, and self-control. It also stresses respect for others and dignity. Pulaaku is what defines a true Pulo. It is more than just speaking the language. It is about living according to these important principles. This cultural heritage is passed down through generations. It is the bedrock of their identity. No matter where they live, it is what makes them Fulbe. Although Fulbe is their own name, the term Fulani is now widely understood. Many Fulbe people recognize it. They may even use it when speaking to outsiders. This is especially true in contexts where Fulani is the common term. It becomes a practical way to identify themselves to those unfamiliar with Fulbe. In a world of many languages, such labels can be useful. They help in communication across different groups. It is a bridge, though built by others. It allows for easier reference in wider society. The adoption, or at least acceptance, of Fulani in some contexts does not mean they have abandoned Fulbe. The name Fulbe remains central to their identity. It is the name they use among themselves. It is the name that carries the weight of their history. It is the name that connects them to Pulaku. The external label Fulani is more of a convenience. It is for broader communication. It does not replace the deep internal meaning of Fulbe. The heart of their identity is unchanged. They know who they are. The journey of the name Fulani is interesting. It started as a Hausa word. It was then picked up by colonial administrators. It spread through books and official documents. Now it is a globally recognized term, but behind this term are the Fulbe. They are a people with a rich past. They have their own language, Fulfulde. They have their own cultural code, Pulaku. These things define them more truly than any external label. Their story is ancient and continues to unfold across Africa. In summary, the term Fulani is an exonym. It originated mainly from the Hausa language. It was later popularized by colonial usage. The people themselves are the Fulbe. This is their self-appellation. It is tied to their language and their cultural code, Pulaaku. While Fulani is widely used today, the core identity of the Fulbe remains strong. Understanding the origin of the name helps us appreciate the distinction. It allows us to see the people with greater respect for their own heritage. Follow Estrastar on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok for more.